Thank you so much for this opportunity to address this forum. My name is Elizabeth Wathuti. I'm an environmentalist and a climate activist from Kenya and the founder of Green Generation Initiative. This initiative nurtures young people to love nature and also creates a generation of environmentally conscious individuals through different programs such as the Adopt a Tree campaign, where we ensure that every child in every school plants and adopts a tree in their school compound. And we are also greening schools and making sure that the young generation understands the challenges that we are facing today, such as the climate crisis. And this is through practical environmental education, among so many other programs that I will share with you today. I also had campaigns at the Wangari Maathai Foundation. The foundation is a legacy foundation that focuses on instilling in the character traits of the late Professor Wangari Maathai into young people. And the late Professor Wangari Maathai has and will always continue to be a great inspiration to me and to so many other people out there around the world. The foundation is also a member of a coalition called Daima that I'm coordinating, and Daima is a coalition of civic actors who have come together to really focus on the conservation of urban green spaces in general. And this coalition has continued to really make change in cities like Nairobi, to make sure that this conversation around greening the cities also counts in the fight against the climate crisis. Thank you so much for this opportunity. It's a great honor, and allow me to dive into my remarks today. Climate change is already affecting every region of our planet, and it is overwhelming to see the number of people that are already suffering and dying from the impacts of climate change, and especially here in Africa, where the capacity to adapt to the climate crisis still remains so low. And what makes it worse for me is knowing that this existential threat will only get worse if rapid action is not taken. Humans, on the other hand, have continued to contribute greatly to nature's destruction, and this is making our planet and living conditions unbearable. And this is especially for billions of people all around the world. Nature has been my learning place, and through nature, I discovered my passion for conservation. I have had times when I have grieved the destruction of my forest landscape. When I was younger, for instance, I witnessed deforestation firsthand. The wild forests that I liked to play in were cut down. The streams that I used to drink from became flooded with plastic waste. The natural world that my friends and I knew as children changed completely before our eyes. And these impacts of similar actions across the globe continue to impact all of us, and especially the most vulnerable. Right now, billions of Africans hope for clean water, a roof over their head, a decent meal, peace, access to a green space, clean air to breathe, and an end to all the climate change related disasters. Being a young climate activist in Kenya, you might wonder, what does this mean? This is about giving voice to those who bear the biggest brunt of climate change and nature's destruction. Much of the action that is required for a global response to the climate crisis is already taking place, or it's being influenced in Africa by young people. Young Africans like myself and so many others are at the front line of climate action, tapping into their passions, skills, and the little available resources to speak up for climate action and mobilize for nature-based solutions. So it's clear, we're not only victims of the worst impacts of the climate crisis and the generation that will have to live longer with the consequences, but we have also chosen to be valuable contributors to climate solutions. My work championing green spaces protection and helping children to fall in love with nature so that they may learn to cherish and protect it keeps me going every day. And I'm happy to say that it's an uplifting feeling that I wish everyone, our world leaders, also shared. And what we now want from you, everyone listening right now, our leaders, governments, corporations, individuals, is urgent action towards a more just, equitable, and climate resilient society. Please do whatever you can to stop your governments from continuing to invest in fossil fuels. This is no longer a debate. This is not the time to license new oil fields when children, women, and so many people in countries like mine are losing their lives, losing their livelihoods, and suffering from the worst impacts of the climate crisis. We need to channel that energy towards people and our planet by massively increasing investments in regenerating nature, ensuring that our remaining natural ecosystems stay intact, and supporting those people that are most at risk. The climate and ecological crisis is the same storm that we are all in. But the truth is, we are definitely not in the same boat. Our lives are at stake, yet we have least contributed to this problem and have the least capacity and resources to adapt or even face the storm. As young people in the global north, because I know most of you are listening to me now, the best way you can continue to be in solidarity with us is to continue urging your governments to take climate change seriously. Continue urging them to raise their level of ambition and move from talking to urgent action now. Let us go out there and make a difference and be the voices to the voiceless. Thank you so much.